psychiatrist here on your flight today. One of the air hostesses instructed me to come over to you because he suggested you were having some difficulties. So, you're scared of flying, is that right? Okay, that's perfectly normal. I mean, I'll talk you through the whole process, and maybe you get to understand a bit more about, what's going on in your mind when you're going through, a panic attack. But is it okay if I sit next to you? No, that's fine. I mean, I'm not a passenger, so it's okay. I am here for passengers' comfort, so I can sit with you for the duration of the flight. It's not an issue. Yeah. Okay. So, we've not taken off yet, okay? The doors are still open. As it progresses, I'll talk you through, okay? So you're fully informed. But first of all, I just want you to look around your surroundings, okay? And just tell me what you see. Yeah. I mean, there's not many people on this flight. It's a fairly quiet flight for what we normally are used to. But, there's a couple of passengers around here, many of which are, experienced flyers, and they do it often. So if you just have a look at their moods, okay? For the most part, the majority of people are just sat quietly and calmly, just ready to, get on with their flight, and then at the end of the destination get where they need to get, okay? Because their mentality is that they are in a perfectly safe environment, and there's nothing that's going to harm them, and they're not in any danger, okay? And similarly, if you look around as well, there's a lot of air hostesses on board today, many of which have been doing this for a number of years, and they've been perfectly safe in the process. Obviously nobody would put themselves in harm's way, so they wouldn't take up any profession if they thought that they were going to get into harm's way. Okay, so yeah, it is a perfectly safe environment to be in, and aside from the danger side of thing that you think that you may be in, which is not the case, aside from that, just in general claustrophobia or fear of heights or anything like that, I can guide you through the rest of that to just calm you down. Okay, so I can see you're having difficulties with your breathing right now, is that right? Okay, so do you feel like a panic attack is coming on? Okay. And did you have a panic attack prior to this, prior to meeting you? Yeah, okay. Now, just focus on your breathing, okay? If you're having a panic attack, I'll just explain again what exactly is going on, because I can understand that a panic attack is a very scary thing, but I'll just explain to you, and once you understand it, then it'll be a lot less scary and you'll learn how to manage it. So just keep a track of your breathing, okay? Now it's very heavy, you're feeling difficult to catch your breath. Yeah, okay. Now what's going on here is that your body has released a chemical because you have perceived a threat to yourself, perceived a danger, which, as I explained to you, there is definitely no danger, okay? That is just your fear that you have, fear of flying, that has released these chemicals. These chemicals kind of activates, if you want to say, a kind of fight or flight mode, it's called. So in primitive days, that was necessary if, an animal was around the corner and we had to suddenly either, fight them or run away. So that chemical is released so that we can act fast and either run at, Godspeed, the speed that we wouldn't normally be able to run at, or give us, sudden strength to fight on this animal. So that actual response is no longer necessary really in everyday life, apart from in extreme circumstances, but still we have that as human beings. So that is what is happening now. A chemical has been released in your brain, and so your muscles are very tense, okay? That's what it is. Your muscles are tensing up, hence it's difficult to breathe, okay? So this is why I'm saying just focus on your breathing, because this is, the chemical side of things as to what is happening. It's as simple as that. As for the reasons why you may be scared of flying, obviously we won't get into that today because there would be, various reasons, but that's not exactly necessary to, tackle managing your panic attacks. So, as I said, just be aware of your breathing, allow it to happen, let your breathing happen. And what you've got to understand is, the thing with panic attacks is, you've got to acknowledge that it is happening, okay? And I know that might sound scary, but this is the kind of catch to manage them, overcome them. So you're aware that, a panic attack is coming on. And as you can see, we've not taken off yet. The doors are still open. Yeah, who says they're just fitting everybody's bags into place. So we're still on the ground, okay? But as this panic attack is coming on, if you acknowledge that, you are having a panic attack, allow it to come if it's going to come, because it cannot harm you, okay? I know it can feel very scary. However, it is just a chemical reaction in your brain, as I said, for the purpose of a flight or flight response mode. And no matter how much, it might be frightening or scary, as it comes on, it cannot harm you. Nobody has ever died from a panic attack. If you pretend that it's not happening and try and avoid it, what this panic attack is trying to do is tell you that there's a danger, which, as I've specified, there is no danger, okay? So if you ignore it, it's going to get louder, so to speak. It's going to demand your attention even more if you ignore it and try and suppress it. However, if you allow it to come if it wants to come, and acknowledge that the reason that it is trying to come is because it's trying to tell you there's a danger, but it's, there's kind of been an overload in your brain because of the chemical reactions. And if you just tell yourself, you understand why it's coming on, but you are aware that you are in no danger and that this panic attack cannot harm you, neither can anything in your surroundings harm you. Because I am here to make sure that you get a comfortable flight. Some of the air hostesses are here for your safety and comfort, and some of the passengers, oftentimes of which have done this many times before, travelling to and from, are just here to get to their destination, and you're not in any harm, okay? So allow the panic attack to come. If it starts down at the tummy and rises to here, that's fine. Just be aware of it and follow it. Keep track of your breathing, okay? Yeah. So in a lot of instances, people aren't always just scared of flying just because they think they're in any danger, immediate danger, in terms of the safety of flying and the linguistics of it or anything like that. Oftentimes it may just be a case of claustrophobia, which I myself used to suffer from until I started to understand why exactly that was, that I was, feeling claustrophobic. And other times it's a fear of height, or just maybe a combination of a couple of things. But as I said, it is different for everybody. But this next practice that I'm going to show you should be, very effective. So, as the doors are closing now, before we take off, yeah, I'm making a bit nervous, so that's fine, okay? So the doors are closing, again, just for your safety. If you just first of all visualise this just before we get into the main practice, just visualise, landing at the end of the flight and getting to your destination, and what you're going to do and how much fun you're going to have. Are you coming on business or pleasure? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So just visualise that first of all as the doors are closing. The air hostesses will just go through the safety regulations, and then we'll make our progression onto the runway and we'll go for takeoff. This typically tends to be, when most people get the most scared. What I want you to do now, you can take off your shoes if you want, that's not a problem. You've got plenty of leg space because the air hostess did move you into first class so that you'd have a little bit more room. I know that does often help people. Oftentimes it is, a case of claustrophobia and being too tightly packed. But these are good cabins. We do have good facilities for first class. It's a lesser known secret that if you ask to be upgraded, you probably can be if you're scared of flying. But anyway, yeah, so take off your shoes And just remember, the reason that we're going to do this practice, what I'm about to tell you, is because you're experiencing a panic attack, among other reasons because of the chemical reaction in your brain. Your muscles are tensing up, okay? That is the main importance as to why, you know, you're losing control over your mind and having a panic attack. Your muscles are tensing up, okay? And we just need to relax them. It's as simple as that. I know that sounds, you know, maybe too easy of a solution for something that seems so terrifying. However, it is just that. So if you just sit and relax all your muscles in your body, down from tip of your toes to your shoulders to your jaw, just relax all your muscles. Okay, you've had your appropriate medication, I believe. Yeah. So that medication is further going to perpetuate the ability to relax your muscles. Okay. However, for the rest of the work, this is what we're going to do, and I'm going to do it with you as well. If at any point you feel you're losing control or you're feeling too scared, feel free to squeeze my hand as tight as you can. Okay, as tight as you want. I'm not going to complain. Okay, so just relax all your muscles as you're sitting down. Close your eyes, maybe after my demonstration, but let me just show you. So we're going to start at the bottom. Okay, we're going to start with our feet. And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze them, curl them up as tight as we can. Just tense your toe muscles as tight as you can. Okay, hold it for a couple of seconds and then just release. Relax your toe muscles. Don't have any strength in them. And then after a couple of seconds, squeeze them as tight as you can again. Okay, tense them up as tight as you can. Just focusing on that. Only your toes, just focus on your toes and tensing them up while closing your eyes and breathing whatever comes naturally. And then release again. Okay? And we're going to do that throughout the entirety of our body. Okay? And now you understand why we're doing that. Because panic attacks are worsened because our muscles are tightened up. Okay? And trust me, this is a very effective method. This is what I was taught myself many years ago when I used to be scared of flying. And this is what I teach other passengers now, because it is very effective. Okay? If at any point, whether we're taking off or, you know, we're up in the air and you start to feel a panic attack coming on, feel free to talk to me, and yeah, so that usually helps as well. Other times people just prefer to stay very quiet. That's perfectly fine. You can just listen to the sound of my voice and concentrate on that. Okay? We don't need to focus on any imminent danger because there is none. All we need to focus on is tensing and relaxing our muscles, our breathing, and the sound of my voice. Okay? So, again, with your toes, we're just going to tense them up as tight as you can and then release them. Tensing them up. Breathing as you go. And release them. Okay? Now we're going to start again, but this time with the bottoms of our calves. Okay? So tense them up as tight as you can. Breathing in as you go along. And release. Again, just whatever comes naturally to you. And just feel that essence of relaxation when you release your muscles. That's all we're focusing on. Okay? And again, tensing up your calves, holding it for a couple of seconds. And relax the calf muscles. Okay? And again, tensing up. Tensing as tight as you can. And then releasing again. Okay? And again, with the calf muscles, just going to tense them up as tight as you can. Feel free to squeeze my hand if you wish. As we're taking off the runway, just listen to the sound of my voice and relax the muscles completely. Feel free to move your legs around as you're doing so as well. And now we're going to move on to our thighs and our buttocks. Okay? So again, just closing your eyes, squeezing as tight as you can, just focusing on tightening them up. That's your only focus. And your breathing. If you feel the panic attack coming on, just acknowledge that as well. As I said, no matter how bad it may feel, it literally cannot harm you. And again, we're just going to release our thigh and buttock muscles and allow ourselves to breathe again, whatever comes naturally. And again, still while closing your eyes, tensing up the muscles, breathing and releasing the muscles. Okay? How's that feeling for you? Okay. Yeah. So we're taking off now. Okay? Again, feel free to hold my hand if you want to squeeze it. But now we're going to focus on our tummy muscles. Okay? So again, squeezing it in, tightening it as much as we can. Or just focusing on our breathing. Hold it in for a couple of seconds and relax. Okay? Again, breathing and tightening the muscles, the tummy muscles. Give it a couple of seconds and just relax. Okay? And again, we're just going to tighten the muscles. Okay? And relax. Okay. So, as I said, the hostesses are at hand if you need anything at all. After all, you are in first class, so you are our top priority. Not that the other passengers aren't, but anyway. So, again, feel free to jiggle around a bit. Just loosen up your muscles a bit. Okay? So, simply massaging your face may help as well while you're in the process of that. Okay? So we've done our tummy muscles. Now we're going to go onto our shoulders, okay? So, first of all, I just want you to be rolling them back. We're not tensing them just yet. Just rolling them around. Again, just do whatever you feel with them. Whatever feels to loosen them up. Again, there's hardly anybody here in first class, so don't worry about looking stupid. Okay? Yeah. So, again, you don't need to necessarily follow my lead exactly. Just doing whatever feels relaxing, even if it looks like you're doing a bit of a dance, okay? And give the hostesses a bit of entertainment. Yeah, okay. So now we've done that. Again, you got the idea. We're going to tense them. Well, by tensing them, I mean you've got to bring them up a bit like this. So bring them up as high as you can while you're breathing. And then just relax. Okay? As simple as that. And again, I'm just going to tighten them up by bringing them up here possibly feel the knots in the back as well. And then just release, relax, okay? And again, tensing them up, right up to your head, okay? And then relax, okay? It's a bit of a fun one there for you. So, how's that feeling so far, yeah? Again, if you just want to do a bit of that as well. So now we're going to move on to our fists. We're going to make a little ball. We're going to squeeze them as tight as we can, so we're holding on to something. And then, by the sides of you, just relax, okay? And again, squeeze them tight. And then just relax. Squeeze them tight. And then just relax. Okay? Again, if you just massage your hands a bit if you feel so, that would also help as well in loosening up your muscles. But just to keep reminding you, that is all it is. It's a chemical reaction in your brain that's making your muscles tense up too much to the point where you're experiencing panic attacks. Okay? So that's why we're doing this exercise. Because you know in your conscious mind that you're not in any danger. Okay? It's just a miscoordination with your mind and your conscious mind as to, misinformed danger. So now we're going to move on to our forearms. So again, you might as well use your hands as well, but squeezing them and releasing. Okay, squeezing them tight and then just relaxing. Okay, and then now with your upper arms, squeezing them tight as if you're doing a workout or something, and then just relax. And again, just move around, even if it looks like you're dancing in your seat. It's perfectly fine. Okay? Okay. So now we're going to focus on our jaw. Okay? So tense it up and relax. Okay, as if you're biting into some really hard chocolate or something. Okay, so again, tense it up and release. Okay, feel free to pull as many funny faces as you want when you're doing that. And again, and release. Okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then similarly, give yourself a head massage as well. Just stimulate your muscles, okay? And if you just repeat that as well, whenever you feel like that, but that is the method that I found most effective for not only myself, but a lot of other patients as well. Okay, so now that we're in the air, as I mentioned, I'm here for the duration of the flight. I'll sit next to you if, it gets out of hand again. And similarly, the air is necessary at hand for anything that you may need. Okay, you can get up and walk around at any time. And you go to the toilet. You've got free space here in first class. Okay? So you're by no means restricted anyway. You have full power to do whatever you so wish. Because again, that is sometimes another reason as to why people experience panic attacks. Because they feel that they're not in control. But you're very much in control. Okay? Especially now that I've given you this new equipment, this new tool to use to manage your panic attacks whenever you feel one coming on. So, you are in control. You chose to go on this flight. you chose to go to this destination for whatever reason it may be. You can do whatever you want on this flight. You can walk around, you can go to the toilet, fresh yourself up with your little wet wipes and stuff. You can eat whatever you want. We've got, you know, first class dining for first class, obviously. And yeah, you can talk to the person next to you, you can talk to me, or you can just stay silent, listen to music. You're free to do whatever you want. So, the situation is in your control. Okay, so I'm going to let you just close your eyes now and just focus on what I've just taught you. So you're a lot calmer now, yeah? Okay, that's good. It's perfectly fine. As I said, this is what I'm here for. Okay? So I'm going to let you just close your eyes now. Just focus on what I've taught you. Focus on your breathing. And as I said, I'm sat right here if at any point you do need me. Okay? And I hope you enjoy your stay as well.